on.
Charles.
Charles. All right, 86 Media, the podcast. This was a long day of cooking, guys. I mean, usually when I cook in a restaurant, we're putting out hundreds of plates. I think we did 5 plates. It took us literally from 10 a.m. to whatever time it is now.
Right.
But we are in Guga's first, your brand new studio.
Yes, just got the new studio a month ago. You guys are the first one coming in with a collab, so welcome. And first of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for making the incredible food. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, like you said, what happens is whenever we're cooking for a video versus we're cooking for real people, sometimes it might take me an hour and a half, 2 hours to put salt and pepper on a steak.
Yeah.
Just to get the shot right. So things take way longer.
Yeah, people don't know how much time, especially when I'm a couple weeks into the game with diaries, and I feel like the old man here. I'm trying to keep up with you, and you're coming up with dishes on the fly. But here we are at Guga's brand new studio, and if you don't know, how did you guys meet? How did that all start out?
I think we got almost 4 years ago.
It's been a while.
Big global star.
Yeah. I don't remember how we met, but I know that we met, and then we said, let's make a video together. And then I went to your studio, your old studio. Old studio. Then we got some humongous lobsters, which was great. And you made like a big sushi roll. And ever since then, we became best friends. And I don't know, we made how many videos we did together. I don't even know.
I can tell you. I know the details.
Pull up the stats,
You keeping
cameraman.
I keep in track. No, I went back to the text messages earlier. So you had made some comments on our videos before. Like, I'd love to do a collab. And people were saying, we were reading every single comment back in the day. But then people were saying, hey, Google's reaching out to you. You guys do a collab. And I'm like, oh, wow, Suvi, everything that's interesting.
At that time, I didn't even have Guga Foods, right?
Oh, you did have Guga Foods.
I did, okay.
Yeah, so that was December of 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, so January 2019, that's when you came to the studio. And then we did, we started doing videos. You came to the studio with Angel and did the monster lobsters, remember? And you were trying.
You have great memory, my friend.
Thank you so much. You still got a good memory.
Same time we cooked the picanha. It's also
Same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we did a picanha as well.
The picanha, the moment, first time I ever ate picanha.
Really?
Then was great.
It was good, huh? Yeah, it's my baby. I love picanha.
That is.
It's my favorite meat. I've tried pretty much almost every single meat there is out there.
Yeah.
There's a few more to try, obviously, but picanha is my baby.
Is that because you're Brazilian?
100%. 100%.
They'd be rioting if you didn't say that, right?
Yeah,
Your
I know.
viewers.
You know what it is? It's like whenever you grow up eating something, it's just that familiar taste from your childhood.
Food memories.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like a lot of people like spam and a lot of people hate spam. But if you grow up eating spam, you just love it and you crave it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Same thing with me for picanha. It does not matter what I eat. My family as well, they always come back to it.
Fantastic. So you've never done a deep dive into Guga, the man, the myth, the legend. I think, how much meat is in the cooler right now? Just Wagyu in general? How many pounds of...
Yeah, I probably have a couple of cows there.
I saw a good bit of it, but you've never done a deep dive into how you started and everything. So
No, I've never done it. I never really explained it. Maybe I explained it for magazines and stuff like that.
Right.
Not really on video. So I started first with sous vide everything.
right.
I love to cook. I cooked basically since I was young. But we used to love restaurants, so I have a web design business. And we used to love to go to Brazilian steakhouses. And I know you guys know Brazilian steakhouse can be expensive. We're talking about $50, $60 per person, all the way up to $100 per person.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
And me, I like to pay the bill. In Brazilian culture, we pay the bill.
Yeah.
So we always used to go, and we love it. And then it became very expensive. So I said, you know what? I can cook in the office to see what happens. And using sous vide, it's the only way, because you can't use anything else.
Right.
You can't use fire in the office. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we started cooking, and I told my cousin, I said, just grab my phone, record it, just whatever.
Mamau.
Yeah,
That's Mamau.
Mamau, my cousin Mamau.
Oh,
I
nice.
remember Mamau, yeah. And then we recorded that video and posted on YouTube. First day, if I'm not mistaken, we got 20,000 views. I was like, wait, what? How is that possible?
And what's the timeline on this? This is 9 years ago? How many?
Yeah,
10 years ago?
About 10 years ago, because I started a while back. And so that's what happened. And then I was like, wait, people really enjoy it. And they kept asking for the second one. So I did the second one and then the third one, and they like it. And they keep coming back and asking for more. And then the rest is history because
Yeah.
then Guga Food grew and everything else.
Did you start out sous vide everything? That was the name you knew. You knew if I'm gonna do a video or YouTube channel, it's gonna be sous vide everything.
So the first channel was Easy Foods, which is Guga Foods. That's how Guga Foods created.
Ah, okay.
So Easy Foods, just because I like to cook for my kids at night.
Yeah.
And then, but I wasn't taking it seriously. I just did it, whatever. And then sous vide everything. I say, you know what? People aren't enjoying it. Now I'm going to create a real name. Then I created sous vide everything.
Okay.
And then that was a real channel. So honestly, Guga Foods started first, but sous vide everything is the one that took off.
And started launching,
and
yeah.
then I came back to Guga Foods and changed it from Easy Foods to Guga Foods.
So did you are those videos still up to this day?
Yeah.
They are?
So I think the very first video on Guga Foods is me making a lobster. And I think it says Easy Food on the title, not even Guga Foods.
Yeah. We always talk about Hiro-san. We always talk about how I don't like watching myself or hearing myself. Like, do you still have those moments? Like when you look back, is it cringeworthy?
Yeah, it is
It's
very cringy, especially on sous vide everything.
Yeah.
Zero personality. I was very scared. Even
Ah,
though
okay.
even after like, I don't know, 20, 30 videos, I was still like a little bit like, wait a second, I don't know what to say, what to do, how to react.
Yeah.
And turned out that the only thing you really need to do is just be yourself.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that became easy. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't even like to watch it.
What about you, Hiro? Do you? What does it get a little?
Yeah, I don't like watching myself.
Until today, you don't like watching it?
No. I do watching for just checking out all the time.
Yeah. When did you start getting comfortable with your channel?
Because we starting from the shooting in a restaurant.
Right.
Right.
A little more natural for
It's
you.
more like a natural, I guess. But once start the camera is rolling, I'm a little nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
And especially that moment we don't have any editing stuff. I have to finish with all one shot.
Oh yeah. You had just
Pretty much
one
like an
continuous shot.
mistake,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it has to, everything has to be organized.
Yeah.
Then next. But sometimes my cameraman didn't know what the movement is next. Sometimes that's the beginning.
Yeah, yeah.
But-
Oh, when I watch you guys now with your teams, and even like Guga directing where to go, how to flipping 3, 2, 1 flip, like it's meticulous. It's really there's like really strong direction, and it's like ballet, like, and then everyone has to know the part. Yeah.
It is exactly like that
Yeah.
because a lot of people don't know that you're talking to your cameraman to anticipate the shot is extremely important, especially for my B-roll shots
Right.
on Guga Foods. If I'm gonna flip the steak and show it to him, and if I don't tell him, then he's just there, and I'll bring it up, and we'll miss that bubbly shot which everybody loves.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. All
But
those.
my case is now it's, we kind of understanding what the movement
Yeah.
next,
Yeah,
And
it's-
also before I shooting, I explain to I'm gonna move to this way, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
sometimes slicing in the fish, the camera is way too close. My knife is hitting to the camera.
No, it's part of the
Yeah,
action
part of
shots.
the action.
Absolutely.
Now you and him been filming for such a long time. I
Long
see
time.
you both. Sometimes you don't even need to talk to each other. You just look at each other, and you already know what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Well, let's be real. Here's my second wife.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the first thing they told me when it's like, when I jumped in the first car ride with you guys was, you were snoring last night. When you guys are traveling, yeah, you get pretty close with your cameraman and your team, but
Now people audience are gonna confuse it.
no. But Guga, I mean, and now being in this new studio. But tell us how. So you started in the office and then graduated to.
So I started in the office, and then we did for a few years there in the office. Turned out great. The audience have loved it, and then the office started getting a little tricky because my landlord didn't like it. I used to
smelling like meat all the time.
I know. I used to go outside in front of the building and sear the meat on the concrete, and then people would be coming inside of the office, and they were like, "What the heck is this?" You know what I mean? So we kind of like didn't really get kicked out, but got kicked out in a sense of like being polite because the landlord liked us. Anyway, and then we went to my house. So I was doing all the videos in my house, and that's when I started Guga Foods and all that good stuff. And then, unfortunately, I have wonderful wife because she allowed me to take over the entire house. So she said, first I was in the front entrance of the house, and then I took over, and then she's like, okay, that's enough, because when you come inside, the first thing you see is all these lights, these studios. Go to the garage.
Yeah.
So we went to the garage, and we took over the garage very quickly. Then we took over the backyard with Guga Foods. Then we had to almost kick the kids out because I was having editors coming in and stuff like that. So we could no longer live in the house.
Yeah.
So it became a whole thing, but thankfully everything worked out. But yeah, that's more or less what happened.
That's happened. Yeah. I mean, yeah, taking over the whole house. I mean, that's how you start. You know, you can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna start doing YouTube. Let me invest hundreds and thousands of dollars into a studio and not have a proof of concept."
That's what happened with me. I never really thought this would happen because I really enjoy cooking. I
Right.
just love cooking so much. I love also making videos.
Yeah.
That's the difference between me. I don't only like to cook, but I really enjoy making the videos.
The whole process of.
I love the process. I love every single aspect of it. So I never really got an editor. I never really got somebody to film for me. I did everything myself. So I enjoyed the process until we got to a point that I could no longer do it, obviously.
Right.
You know, by myself, because it got really demanding. But because I loved it so much, my wife used to ask me, why do you do this? And I say, because I love it. I don't care if it comes with money or without money. It's just something I enjoy doing.
You'd be making videos regardless.
I
Yeah.
used to, like, we don't go for the first 5 years of my life on YouTube. I didn't take one day off. I didn't go to vacation. I used to sleep 4 hours a day. And then it became 3 hours a day when I became with 2 channels. And I had no problem doing it until it got to the point that I was like, oh, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Because you get 5 years, not one single day off. It's
crazy.
Never skipped a video, meaning
Yeah.
on posting. Every week,
That's-
one video or 2 weeks.
That's discipline. Consistency. I mean, like as a chef, it's discipline, consistency. If you could produce the same product every single night to every single guest. And I always come, I mean, you say, you're not home cook. Can I just say, like, you chef and I see you working, it's just like the diligency for every video and your hands are in everything and the way you're running your team. You're running like a kitchen, basically, like a, and I just see that the alignment of trying to achieve something that is very similar to what we do in the kitchen. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. The reason I don't like to say that I'm a chef is because I have so much respect for chefs.
Yeah.
I know what you guys go through. You know what I mean? I don't want to say I've been there, done that, but
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've been there. I've been with chefs. I'm friends with so many chefs.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't feel like I deserve to be called a chef.
Yeah.
So I love videos. I love cooking. I love making videos. So I'm a YouTuber. That's what I like to do. I love making videos.
Does it ever get awkward being a YouTuber? I mean, I'm just walking around with Hero and we just get random, people asking for pictures. Does it happen quite a bit with you?
Yes, it
Yeah.
happens quite often. And 99% of the time is always great. Everybody has so much great energy.
Yeah,
and
of course.
It's good. But sometimes when I'm with the family and I have kids, right?
Yeah.
And my audience is very passionate audience, just like me.
Yeah.
So they come up, Guga! Yo, the steak guy. And then I have all my kids like, freaking out and stuff. But it's always in good
Yeah.
energy and good things. So sometimes it gets a little bit, but 99% of the time it's just great.
What do the kids think of you just, producing and being on you? I mean, YouTube's a big deal for this generation, TikTok and all
they
that.
Love it. They love it. My
It's like,
son
that's my
is-
dad.
Yeah, they love it. They love it. My son is now getting into baking.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, as a matter of fact, this weekend he tried to make a croissant.
Oh,
Croissant.
Croissant.
Let's say it properly. Right?
Which is not easy by
Yeah.
any stretch. I mean, that is.
No, that was
yeah,
hard.
It's
And,
hard.
The wonderful
Laminations
thing
and-
about it is that he did not wanted me to help.
Yeah.
And I was surprised. He's like,
Yeah.
Daddy, I don't want. And I was like, son, put a little bit more butter. He said, no, let me do it. If I make a mistake, in the end, you tell me what was wrong.
Yeah.
So that's great. Yeah.
No, that's
He's really
awesome.
into it.
Did you film it, Hero? Did you film it, Guga?
No, we don't film the kids.
No.
Yeah.
I did film the kids in the beginning. I have a little bit of them, but then we decided it's better for the kids not to.
Yeah. Have
Or
your
maybe film
privacy.
Pictures later.
Just film it for your own record,
Yeah.
Look back one day.
Oh, you mean with my iPhone?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
I
right,
have
right.
everything. Yes, and pictures.
And your kids are amazing gymnasts, is what you told me.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
2 national champions.
Amazing.
They are fantastic.
Six packs and all.
They made Daddy look really, really bad because they are all toned up, you know, perfect body. Daddy's trying.
We saw the back gym. I mean, I can't wait to see the tour of this place because you gave us a little tour of the place, and it's impressive
Thank
to
you,
see
thank
what
you.
you built in 9 years, man.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
it's great. It's a lot of work, a lot of dedication.
Yeah.
But not only work and dedication, I feel like if I didn't really enjoy what I was doing, it would never happen.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? It's like the amount of hours I put on making videos is literally, you have to be like loose screw in the head because, if I don't do it, nowadays I take vacation, right?
It's good.
But if I take vacation, I'm constantly telling my lovely wife, said, babe, it's itching me. I need to go make a video. I miss it. I'm like, it doesn't matter where I am. So
Yeah.
I just love it, man. I'm addicted to it.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. So let's do some quick Q&A stuff, man.
Sure.
What was one of the hardest videos you've done?
So I don't know about the hardest video I did, but the most challenging, I would say,
Sure.
would probably be like every way to cook a steak, because I wasn't as efficient as I am now.
Yeah.
And I think I did it the first time was 25 ways to cook a steak.
Oh, geez.
Oh boy, that was a lot of work. The most amount of work I have ever put on a video.
Yeah.
And in the end, I was always thinking like, oh man, is this going to be worth it? This is way too much work. And then when we started editing the video, I was like, oh, if I put every single detail of the video, this video is going to be like 5 hours long. I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I got to cut out everything I did. So even though I recorded the whole process, I put it really snappy so that I could make a 20 minutes video. So probably that one was the most challenging.
We always talk about Hero. I mean, I think the one that like sticks out in my mind all the time, especially when I met Charles and Hero, was the isopod YouTube one, the video where you said it was the hardest because it was not your favorite thing to.
It's totally not my favorite.
Is there an ingredient that you had that you're just like, I cannot work with this, but for you, Guga, that you
For me,
yeah, what
no,
was
here's a funny story about you talking about the isopod.
yeah.
Charlie, what did I ask?
You wanted a nice
You
one.
want- Oh
I've been asking Hiro,
We're
please
trying.
make an isopod for me. 'Cause I thought the video was so insane. It's so gnarly looking.
It's
I was
crazy.
Like, and I love to try weird stuff, right? I mean,
Yeah.
watch my channel. I just love crazy stuff. And the fact that you did that, you have to let me experience it. You have
We're
to
gonna
bring
get
me
it. We're
one.
gonna
All right,
get
well,
it. I
next
promise you.
next
Okay.
time.
I have to go diving for it. I'll get
Yeah,
one.
I will. I'll be calling out sick for that.
I've been asking forever.
Yeah.
So please, I want to try it. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad.
Okay.
I want to experience it.
All right, let's do it. All right, it might be the worst thing that you put in your mouth, but we're gonna do it.
My brother, I tell you one thing. I've tried a lot of nasty things, a lot of crazy things, and
That's funny.
And the interesting thing about my channels is that it doesn't matter for me the end result. Like a professional chef,
Right.
you got to put out great food because your people are tasting it.
Right.
Mine is more the curiosity, right? I want to know what happens if you put Nutella on a steak.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound right, but I want to know.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why is it bad? I love Nutella. I love steak, but why don't you can combine them both? Don't work, by the way. Don't do it. But I want to know.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So the curiosity for me, and whenever I'm making a video and I dry age that thing for such a long time and I take it out and it's full of mold inside, I get super excited. I go like,
Yeah.
why is there mold? This makes no sense. And if I cut this off and I eat it, is it gonna taste good? Let's try it.
Yeah, and I think that's an interesting part about your channel is like you can win in the fails of that because it's no one else is doing it. You're proposing something that shouldn't be done, that can't be done. Yeah, we did it, and it can't be done, but
I'm just confirming it. But surprisingly, some things is very obvious that shouldn't be done.
yeah,
Other things shouldn't be done.
Give some
but then you try
examples.
it and you go like, you should try it. You should
yeah.
do it.
What's one that really surprised you to this? I don't know why this isn't in every restaurant. Like something you.
Seasoning the steak with mac and cheese powder.
I saw this. I saw this.
Listen, I was against it. This was my wife's idea. Okay, she said, "You're making mac and cheese she was making mac and cheese
Yeah.
for the kids, and she was like, she threw the powder. She's like, why don't you put this on the steak? I'm like, wait, what? Are you crazy? That makes no sense. He said, just do it.
Yeah.
Just make a video about it, and turn out amazing. Like if you make a compound butter out of it,
Yeah.
not seasoning the steak on top of it, but you make a compound butter with that season and you put that thing on the steak. I'm telling you, bro, that thing is incredible.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
So
do
I
it.
did it, and then the video went viral. Gordon Ramsay, reacted to it and
Yeah.
everything. It works really, really well.
Was that one of the craziest reaction videos that you got in?
For the sous vide channel, yes, because
Yeah.
that was on the sous vide everything channel.
And what about for Guga
For
Foods?
Guga Foods was definitely the milk powder.
Okay.
The milk powder went viral as soon as after I did it. I was trying to explore why does butter taste so great. So butter tastes good because once the solids becomes caramelized and you have brown butter, it tastes so delicious. I was like, how can I replicate that
Right.
without using butter?
Okay.
Milk solids. Okay, powder milk. Let's put a little bit of powder milk and put it on the steak and cook it. Turned out amazing.
Oh wow, nice.
Amazing, bro. So, there's so many things, and a lot of things is also my audience.
Yeah.
They tell me.
Are they? Yeah. Yeah.
I think the powder milk, is so many that I lose track of what is what.
Sure.
But I think the powder milk was my audience. Why don't you try that?
Yeah. So if we have anyone out there that wants to throw
Throw any
some
ideas.
anything out there,
If it's a good idea, I promise you. I will
spicy
make it.
spicy mayo dry age. I'll throw my ticket in there. Spicy mayo dry age.
Spicy mayo dry age. There you go.
There we are. We're something there. What about you here? What would you do?
Ask him to do natto.
Natto. Oh, you've never had
I don't even know what
natto.
that is. What?
Fermented soybean.
Fermented.
Fermented soybean.
It's very nice.
It's a very popular. They eat it for breakfast
Yeah,
with just
I
rice.
do eat almost every day. I
Really?
love it, but probably he doesn't like it.
You'll see. It's very
I
sticky. it's got a
try-
lot of slime,
Is it like
slime.
I
the
try.
Korean one, the guanjam?
Oh
the
no,
one
no.
that- you know what I'm talking about?
This is, I hate to say putrid the first time. I was 18 years old and I was just like, it just was such a bad experience. Maybe I need to try it again, but every time I try to eat natto, it's
It's not good.
it's one of the few things I can't eat, and it's Japanese,
Yeah.
but I still can't do it.
I
I'm
was just
sorry,
grew
chef.
up
It
with,
was,
natto,
yeah.
It's like I said about the spam.
you
You
get
know,
it.
if
Yeah.
you grow up eating it, you love it, and then you can't be without it. You know what I mean? Like okra. So many people hate
The
okra.
sliminess.
The sliminess.
Yeah.
But you eat it when you're growing up. I mean, I love it. I
I
don't know
love
about
it.
you guys. Like I eat that thing like
Yeah.
rice. You know. Some people just don't like it.
No, I agree.
I like okra. I like yamaimo, mountain potato.
So we'll have to we'll make some spicy mayo, we'll bring some natto, and then we'll have to get a little age and funk on there and see what happens for your channel. That'd be fantastic. Let's talk about where you are now. I mean, in the studio. I mean, talk about your team. Talk about how many you went from you doing everything.
Yeah. So I started and I did everything for the first 5 years, and we're about 9 years now.
Yeah.
So I recorded, edited, produced it, came up with a concept, which is the hardest thing, obviously. Everything for 5 years, and then started getting a little bit burned out because you can only do so much,
Yeah.
right? Sleeping 4 hours a day, every day. There is no such thing as Saturday and Sunday. And there was almost a time that I almost wanted to quit. And thankfully, I have a wonderful wife. She's like, no, this is what you love. You would live for this.
Yeah.
You're sure you want to quit? You don't want to do it anymore? Let's see how we can help make you better. And then the first thing that she did was, let's get you some editors.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hold on. I don't see them when I'm switching to this main thing. I don't see the.
Did it just stop? Oh,
Yeah.
you run out of battery?
no, I think it's the older Canon's have a timer on them. So we'll have to edit it out. It's fine. That's not the best Canon to use on, but I'm so sorry. All right, yeah, so
We
we'll
had
go
a
right
little
back.
problem with the mics. You should say something in case
Yeah.
he needs it.
Yeah, if a little technical issue, as this is still our first couple rounds with the podcast, but we're going back to Guga telling them. I mean, you said about to quit.
Yeah, so it became really difficult for me because it started taking the toll. Never skipped a video.
Right.
Never. I never not posted a video. But then, so editing became really difficult because I spent the most amount of time where I was spending more time editing than actually making the videos. So my wife says, let's get you some editors. Let's do it. So I actually hire a professional first. that didn't work. I'm so sorry. That didn't work for me. And so then I got really dismotivated. Then I got my nephew's friends to come over, and I would teach them from nothing.
Yeah, you're saying they were
All of my editors, none of them have
New.
editing experience.
same in the kitchen. It's sometimes easier. It's really hard to untrain someone.
Yes.
Right.
That was the problem with
How do
me
you
having
unch-
editors because they would edit my videos their way.
Right.
So with my editors, I taught every single one of them from scratch. So they only know how to edit my way. It's
perfect.
There's no other way, which is great because that way they'll keep the theme of the channel. So it doesn't matter who's editing it; it's going to be the same. And it became great. I can honestly say now they edit better than me. They're extremely creative, you know.
Nice.
And they bring up new things to me all the time. So I have now 5 editors working full time. I have my nephew working with me. I have my cousin working with me. I have my whole team. I mean, my marketing team, my manager, my management team. I mean, it's
Sponsors and all the
it's
deals.
so much
It's
larger than
yeah.
just me. So when you're seeing me making the videos right now, yes, I make the videos because that's what I love. But there's so much work behind it,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just not. It's
This
not
is-
just me.
Amazing operation just in its entirety.
It's really, really big.
Yeah.
I
Fantastic.
never thought this would be this big, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
So what's next? We're starting the year off right with the new studio right here in January, and so what's next?
So
what can we
this
expect?
year, you can expect a lot more videos from us. We usually shoot. Last year, we were shooting about 6 YouTube videos and only posting 3. That's a funny story too, because not all the videos that we make we
Yeah.
post. But this year we're planning on shooting about 8 YouTube videos per week, posting 4 YouTube videos, and then posting an additional 10 to 12 per week shorts. So we're really going to go really deep on shorts. So basically what I'm trying to say, production level is going to double. I'm also coming up with a book. That's fully written already. It's coming up on April. And then we will also have a podcast as well.
There it is.
So there's a lot of things happening this year.
I love it, man. So and what's the book going to be about?
The book's
Recipe
about
or-
my recipe. Yeah, my recipe
on.
books. I never knew how much work it is to write a book. It is so much work.
Yeah.
So much dedication needs to go in that thing. I never expected it to be as hard as it was. Not in necessarily of writing the recipes.
Sure.
There are all the recipes in my head,
Right.
right? It's no problem. But putting on a piece of paper, I shot every single one of the pictures and the photographs there with the photographer and everything myself, prepped all the food, cooked everything. That is so much work.
Wait, don't you have a cookbook out already? Because I've seen some of the videos that you talk about your cook.
Coming out on April.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
How do
available now
people-
for pre-order, but it's
Okay,
not out
that's
yet.
what it is.
Oh, that's awesome.
How can people find it?
Amazon, everywhere. Amazon,
okay.
Barnes and Nobles, you can pre-order everywhere.
Nice.
Fantastic.
That was a lot of work.
That was-
Yeah, but I'm very proud of it, though.
More to come. More to come. We're just starting this year off, and you sound like you're going to be a busy guy. Hopefully, we'll have a lot more collabs. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Hey, thank you guys for inviting, and again, thank you for that incredible food for both of you.
Absolutely.
That was amazing. So yeah, you're welcome anytime. And you're close to me, so you better. I'm gonna go visit you.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah.
All right,
100%.
guys. Cheers.